Here's the wine fridge, all the whites.
Matthew Senecal Junkier owns this restaurant in downtown Vancouver. Pre-pandemic, it was a breakfast and lunch hotspot. But the daytime office crowd never rematerialized after COVID, so they turned the back into a wine bar in the evenings. It's now an essential part of their business.
The dynamic and the drivers of the business have completely changed pre- and post-pandemic.
One of the biggest challenges right now, soaring inflation. Menu prices in BC went up an average of 6% last year, despite cost increases of up to 30%.
So I think there's sticker shock. You know, when we opened the business, a $9 sandwich sounded really expensive. And today, you know, with the cost of ingredients that we use, a $14 sandwich is too cheap.
Labor shortages are another major sore spot.
80% capacity is all restaurants are operating at because of the labor shortages. We've had 2/3 of our members that are cutting operating hours because they just don't have the staff.
And the third blow, pandemic-related debt. He says nearly a quarter of restaurants that have yet to repay COVID loans will never be able to fully do so.
So the combination of those factors make it really difficult for restaurants to generate the income to become profitable. And what we saw in the latest numbers is an alarming number at that 51% of restaurants are not making any money. They're unprofitable.
The deadline to pay back federal loans is December 31st, which is a one-year extension from the original date. But the restaurant industry is lobbying the federal government to extend that deadline another 36 months, and they want Ottawa to respond by the end of this month. In BC, the restaurant sector has spent the last few weeks pressuring the provincial government for extra support. Now, help is coming.
But we do know that a number of small businesses are feeling the impact, what we might really call a COVID hangover. So we've been taking those meetings and we'll be announcing something shortly.
But for many restaurants right across the country, they're nearing a tipping point and can't afford to see their margins squeezed any tighter. Tanya Fletcher, CBC News, Vancouver.